As they race up towards the line.
Russell's going along like a winner.
With a photo finish between second and third.
Oh, it was close.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the SmartB Racing Update. Lewis and Bryce with you. How are you, Bryce?
Good, thanks, mate. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone out there for joining us. And yeah, just the news of last night was Peritre is going for $6.5 million. What do you think, mate? Is that overkill or is that worth every cent?
Mate, all I'll say is it's a big number. What her exact value is, I don't know if it's overs, it's unders, or what it is, but it's a big number. So yeah, well done. We've got a few races to talk about this week. Something we know a little bit more about, the punting side of things. Where do you want to start, mate? How about Rose Hill? You came to play early there, race 1, kicking off at 11 a.m. And favourite is Ningaloo Star, which has been met with some good support early. Who do you like?
Yeah, I love these midways and highways. I do respect Ningaloo Star. It deserved to win last start, was put on the speed. It was really impressive. But I've gone for a bit of value here, mate. Maya Louise. I just think the recent trial was a really nice piece of work. All reports from the stable is that she's going really well. 2 wins heading to the paddock. It's good when they head to the paddock on a high. And trialled second behind Jebediel and then led in its most recent trial and won by 2 lengths. Really tricky race. There's a stack of chances here. But I just think it's on the up. It's on speed kind of horse. It's weighted quite well here. And at the $15 mark, it's still hovering around pretty good odds. I don't mind its form. I just think it's a bit of a speed star. If they give it a little bit of a rest up front, it's going to run a big race. I reckon that's a nice way to start the day. Yeah, like you said, 11 a.m., really early start.
11:43 a.m. is the first at Eagle Farm. And again, you came to play. Poison Chalice is a horse I know up from Victoria for Paul Prushka. It was running around in the Matoa Maiden, I reckon, on Derby Day maybe last year. So now, interesting, up to Eagle Farm, but it's a horse with a stack of talent. Are you backing it or are you betting around it?
Yeah, I'm with it, mate. You spot on. It's had some pretty fast progression. I've had it black book for a while. It's one of those sort of need a bit of luck horses. But you look at its last run, it's 4th behind Who Dares in open company in Victoria. You look at the dangers and you think it should beat them on paper. First look at Eagle Farm. We all know that can be a bit risky, but it's going to have the long straight and all its form's excellent for this. Not far off Picaroon, Euphoric as well. So I think if it's settled in nicely to its new surroundings and it handles Eagle Farm with a bit of luck from the draw, that $3.10, I have that marked a lot shorter. There's not a whole lot of depth to the rest of this field. So I'm pretty keen to be with it, mate. And as you said, yeah, it wasn't that long ago it was in a maiden. It's come in leaps and bounds and it might even just be a bit too good for these.
Just watching its first up replay now as you speak, and yeah, absolutely ate the line there. First up over 1,200 at Flemington. Michael Dion, love it, mate. I think I'll have to have something on with you. Let's head to race 7, Group 1, Kingsford Smith Cup. I wish I win. Bit of a funny preparation. It's third up here and favourite at 380. Drawn the coffin again. Barrier 1. This time it goes McDonald to Nolan. In Secret, well backed early. First up, Tara in the saddle, and then Think About It. He's been a bit in the wilderness this preparation, but gets B Shin here, which is interesting. And then Bella Nipotina, who was the Group 1 winner last start at Doomben, of course. Who do you like? Or do you have a bet?
Yeah, I agree with you with Think About It, bit in the wild. I thought it was off the boil. I think it won this race last year. It's 2 out of 2 at the track. So I think it did. People might be banking on that. If that brings its best, big chance. But off its past 3 runs, I couldn't really be backing it. Beaten easily by Lady Laguna and then beaten by V8. And then Celestial Legend's a really good horse, but it was down the track in that race. So I think this is a race between Bella and I Wish I Win Again. I wish I win's tempting at the $4, mate. I think that's pretty good odds given it was $2.20 last week, and it'd probably be $2.20 here if it put its head down at the right time. So you're getting double odds about I wish I win, but you can also make the case that Bella's also hovering around pretty good odds at $6.50. I'm happy to look past think about it for now until I see a bit more. In Secret's the different form line, not far from Peritr's. So very hard race, but if I had to pick one, I think I wish I win's going really well. I genuinely reckon, mate, it'd be odds on if it put its head down last week, which it didn't. 2 weeks ago. So I'd be sticking with it, I reckon. Barrier 1 needs a bit of luck, but that's racing, I guess, isn't it?
Makes sense, mate. Race 8, Group 1 Queensland Derby. Autumn Angel racing terrifically this prep. It's favourite and a pretty dominant favourite here, although it has looked to drift early. Townhauser, which I hear they're selling after the last on Saturday, is second pick and well backed. And then Warmonger that comes to Queensland off the back of a second in the Group 1 South Australian Derby. Who do you like?
I'm going to stick with Autumn Angel. I thought it was a big pass mark, fresh. Always going to be not its best trip and improve, but I thought it was huge. Bit unlucky not to win, really. I mean, you look at the defeat, no knock on Tannhauser that day, who was really good, but I thought it just absolutely flying to the line. There was plenty to like about it. Up in trip or just strips fitter as well. It's going to take a lot of beating, I think. Gets back a bit and it'll run on. So in that aspect, you can say it's going to need a little bit of luck, especially where it's drawn. But I reckon that first up run, it'll out to a 270 now, so on a huge drift. But I can pretty confidently say it can turn the tables on Tannhauser. And then you're out to Warmonger, and I just think there's nothing else in this race that takes any attention. Son of Deck's going really well at big odds, but yeah, mate, I think Autumn Angel, 270 now. It's a huge drift. It was $1.80, but that's a really good price off those replays. And with the weight swing, I'm pretty confident that can take this out.
And one to finish on from me, on Sunday, got the Australian Hurdle meeting and Sandown Cup meeting at Sandown on Sunday. Horse I've been waiting for, race 7, the favourite, LEU. You think gelding, progressive gelding, resumed well at Flemington, got to 1,300 last time, and just, I don't know if he went a little bit slow, but sort of the open got up on his inside and then he was coming again. He just looks primed here, third up from barrier 3. I would have liked him up to 1,400, but or 1,500 perhaps, but 1,300 I think he'll get a really nice aggressive ride from Damien Lane, and I think he'll be very hard to beat there in race 7 on Sunday. Right, everyone, I think that covers everything for this week. Thanks for your time, Bryce, and good luck to everyone having a bet at home.
Likewise, thanks, mate.
As they race up towards the line.
With a photo finish between second and third.
Oh, it was close.